Hi friends, it's Sunday and it's been gray and drizzly rain here today, and so I'm hoping that there's some sunshine in the forecast that will help my mood and everybody else's too as we continue in these weeks of preventative distancing. I have a book for you today about belonging and about being part of something. It's The Gardener and the Vine. The Gardener and the Vine by McDonough. It's not about Cecil the sheep, who we heard from earlier, but it's his friends. Here we go. On a wild, lonely hill, on a thin, scraggly vine, lived a branch named Basil. There he is. Basil never visited anyone, and no one ever visited Basil until the day the gardener came. That's the gardener. The gardener looked up and down the vine. Basil, he said, you are exactly the branch I've been searching for. Basil looked over his shoulder to check if there were any other branches named Basil nearby. No, the gardener was talking to him. I have good news and bad news, said the gardener. The good news is you're going to grow lots of grapes. Excellent, said Basil. And the bad news? I need to cut you off this scraggly vine. Oh, said Basil. I think you've got the wrong branch. Trust me, Basil. I'm a good gardener. Basil thought about the bad news. Then he thought about the good news. Oh, okay then, said Basil. I'm in your hands. So the gardener took his clippers and snip! He placed Basil into his bag. This is the end, cried Basil. No, said the gardener. This is just the beginning. Down the wild, lonely hill they climbed, away from the thin, scraggly vine. Across the hot, hot desert, over the snowy mountains, through the jungly jungle, and into a beautiful garden. And there stood a magnificent vine. Wow, said Basil. Now that's a vine. Basil, said the gardener, I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're going to grow plenty of grapes. The bad news is I need to cut the vine. No, no, said Basil. You can't cut this magnificent vine. Trust me, Basil. I'm the gardener. The gardener took his clippers and snip! He cut deep into the vine. Then the gardener took Basil and placed him deep into the cut in the vine, and the gardener wrapped tape around and around, joining Basil and the vine. This is the end, cried Basil. I'm going to die. No, said the gardener. This is a new beginning. Get ready to live. Then a new strength and a new life surged through Basil. Basil, said the gardener, meet the vine. Welcome, Basil, said the vine. I have good news and great news. The good news is you're now a part of me. And the great news? Asked Basil. We're going to produce plenty of grapes, said the vine. And sure enough, that summer, Basil and the vine produced plenty of grapes, thanks to the gardener. The end. I think a lot of us feel like Basil right now, that all the things we're used to are gone. We can't go to school. Lots of us can't go to work the way we used to. We can't see our friends. We can't go out to eat or just go out to the shops whenever we want to. We're having to be lopped off from each other, like Basil was from that scraggly vine. And hopefully, if we can be patient with the people who are sharing our lives with us and with our own lives, with our own hearts, if we can be patient, then we will grow into wonderful new things together through this time. That's my hope for all of us, that whatever else this preventative distancing time and this safer at home time teaches us, is that we can grow into new and wonderful things together. So I hope you hold that in your heart tonight or this morning or whenever it is you're watching this, and that you remember we are all connected, and that there is always someone looking after us and taking care of us during these times. And remember how very, very, very much I love you. Bye-bye.